Right, so today we're going to watch a video that really makes me heated. And this is what us whites have to live through every single day. The absolute pride and supremacy of some black people. It is off the charts. And this happened a few months ago, and nobody spoke about it in the mainstream media. No one. It was dead quiet. Yeah, so let us get into it. Right.
Gentlemen, Kuhle Maseko here. Welcome back to 10 Minutes with Kuhle, the only place where we put facts before anything else. The only show where truth meets rational and common sense people like ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, today's episode is a bit of an emotional episode. It's a bit of an episode that delves into the realities of this country and how race politics has actually eaten out of the soul of South Africa. Today, I will show you a group of communists marching into a township and taking food, right, that belonged to poor white people.
And this is the whole thing. Because the leaders in South Africa keep on speaking about the past, the whole country will not move forward. They still show pictures and speak about apartheid and this and this and this, and they still harp on when there were separate water fountains and separate schools and separate whatever. And this is why South Africa is stuck in this thing of redress. You cannot fix up the past. Get over it and move on and try just to, do better. Just do better. Great, let's go.
I'll show you a party that showed no mercy, that just wanted to take what didn't belong to them, and it's just utterly disgusting. But without any further ado, let me show you what happened, and then we can have a quick chat after me showing you what has just happened. So there we go. I'm sharing my screen with you. Cool. And please watch carefully.
Rice and then with a little bit of meat and sauce.
And they're like, okay, just to actually tell people out now, this meat is mincemeat. It comes from cows, okay? But this is the type of meat that you would feed to a dog, okay? So let's just get that out there right now.
Eating meat every day?
No, this is a luxury for them. They don't eat meat every day. Jaden is going for his third plate now. He wants more. Yeah.
The organisation also provides them with food supplies, but as often happens, the distribution of it is interrupted by some uninvited guests. These men and women, who have come from a neighbouring shanty town, are members of a radical political party. Their hats bear the initials EFF, the Economic Freedom Fighters.
Yeah, and now we come to these useful cogs. They just obey. Their leader, who happens to be worth between 45 and 80 million rand, Julius Malema, who's got a very, very low IQ, and it's the stupid talking and it's the stupid following orders from King Stupid. So, and there goes the whole cycle again.
It's a movement whose aim is to give back the country's riches to black people.
Watch this part.
They say they have come in peace.
This is a part where a group of EFF members go into a white squatter camp and are about to steal food from these poor white people that live in this white squatter camp. Watch what the leader says and listen to it very carefully.
These men and women, who have come from a neighbouring shanty town, are members of a radical political party. Their hats bear the initials EFF, the Economic Freedom Fighters. It's a movement whose aim is to give back the country's riches to black people. They say they have come in peace.
That means we are one. Despite the color, the blood is one, and then we should take care of one another.
During this stirring speech,
And just because you happen to be wearing a jacket, that makes you a leader of them. These ones right here. Yeah.
other members of the group take advantage of the distraction and steal some of the food. And they're not afraid to show off their loot.
They just came in here and took the poor people's food. You saw. We all saw it. He saw it.
There you go. You've heard it, or you've seen it for yourself. What has happened? A group of mobsters, gangsters, have walked into a white informal settlement where they just stole people's food in broad daylight, in front of the cameras, with no shame. Absolutely no shame. And, you know, nothing's being done about it. To make matters worse, they even have the gall, right, to turn back at the camera and smile at the camera, you know, and wow. It's disgusting what we see. Utterly disgusting. That they've got the goal, they're not ashamed, smile back at the camera, and think that it's okay to steal people's food and even show off your loot. God damn. Utterly disgusting. And one's got to ask the question, if this was turned around and it was white people that stormed into Soweto, you know, uninvited, and stole from a soup kitchen, my gosh, News 24 would be posting articles right now.
How true that is.
It's utterly disgusting. And this needs to be stopped. There is little to no political will to end this racial madness. To end this madness where we don't see white people as human beings. It's disgusting. White people are treated as subhumane in South Africa.
Yes, we are.
Look at the poor conditions in which people stay in. Look at the deprivation There's no hope in this area. You saw those kids that were sitting there, lining up for a small bowl of rice and mince. Rice and mince in this white squatter camp. And then here comes the mob EFF, steals bread. And to make matters worse, they're not taking one loaf, it's not as if we're coming here, we're going to take one loaf and off we go. No, they leave with all the bread. They leave with all the food supplies. They don't even, gosh, let's just take, one per person. I mean, I saw a lady in that same video carrying a plastic bag filled with these rolls. Filled with rolls. I mean, and you ask yourself, which family is going to eat all those rolls? Because they're probably going to expire before you finish them. I mean, really, 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 really. I couldn't believe it when I saw this. And I said, hell no, I've got to expose this. Hence, I'm showing you this.
And this is what we go through in South Africa. And it's like my home has been robbed 4 times. 4 times. And nothing gets solved. Nothing. It's just one more thing that happens. And you actually become a number. That's all. And I do not owe you a damn thing. I am sorry, I owe you nothing. There was a time, a couple of years ago, where I would have sympathy. I would have compassion. It's dried up. It's dried up. And there actually was this one man that I felt sorry for, and he would come to my home and he would sit and tell me his sob stories and everything. And one day it just got too much. He came here. Somebody gave him some very suspect leftover food. He asked me to actually warm it up for him, which I did. And he sat outside on my couch, which I haven't got a problem with, reading the newspaper. I am not your bloody wife. And there was no thank you, nothing. There was just basically, you must. And I lost it. I absolutely lost it. I told him straight, show me any law which, tells me to, do this for you. It's enough now. It's enough. And then there was another black man. He's got something wrong with his hip or, I don't know, leg or something. And he knew where I lived. He would come here on a Sunday morning and knock at the gate at 10 to 7 on a Sunday morning, always with a bloody sob story. And then the last time I saw him, we were at the shops, and he would try and to intimidate me to actually help him. I lost it. I started shouting at the man. I've got hardly anything, and yet you'll come and still flippin' threaten me, intimidate me to help you. I have helped you for months and months and months. I am not your helper. Leave me alone. and they don't get the message. They don't. And this is the stress, the absolute fear that you have, that you just know they are going to actually target you. And to go out is just stressful. And this is what leftists don't understand. Not everybody is the same. And you can't reason with them. You can't talk to them. Yeah, and it's just, it gets too much mentally, emotionally, every single which way. It gets too much for unto us. And right now, it might sound racist. I don't care a damn. I really don't care anymore, because I don't owe you a thing. And to actually say that the white people owe you something, apartheid ended a hell of a long time ago. Get on with it. Get on with it. Right, folks, I'm sorry, but I had to rant a bit, a lot, whatever. And see you next time. Bye.